swollen to flood levels and are in fact in some areas are overflowing. And one of the reasons that we still have alerts in place is because reservoirs are also filled to overflowing, so a lot of that water needs to be released through dams, so there is ongoing concern for people living downstream from those dams. And also there is an ongoing threat of landslides. We know that several landslides occurred on Saturday evening. Several people are missing, so that is a threat that is ongoing as well.
Also, a lot of disruption to transport systems. We also mentioned some of the rugby matches that are canceled. I mean, considering what the weather looks like now, are things back on track?
To some extent, yes. What we saw again through the course of Saturday was millions of people placed under evacuation orders or advisories. And again, some of those advisories are still in place now. In other areas where those advisories were not in place, people were told to basically stay at home, don't go outside. Tokyo was very quiet on the streets through the course of Saturday into Saturday evening. A lot of disruption to transport services. Most train services were cancelled and flights in and out of the airports cancelled as well. On Sunday, we see some train services beginning to resume, but a lot will not restart on Sunday. Perhaps Monday morning we'll see most of those back to normal services. And most flights in and out of those two airports in the capital city are also cancelled or delayed on Sunday, so a lot of disruption there. We know that 2 Rugby World Cup games were cancelled on Saturday. In the last hour or so, a third match scheduled for Sunday in Iwate Prefecture, which is in the north, has also been cancelled. That is an area that up until a few minutes ago was still under a heavy rain warning, so that game they felt could not be held in safe conditions. We're still waiting on decisions for a fourth game that may also be affected as well. The Japanese Formula One Grand Prix, all events on Saturday were cancelled or postponed. As far as we know, those events will take place in Suzuka on Sunday as scheduled.
Okay, Wayne Hay with the latest for us in Tokyo. Wayne, thank you. A major cleanup operation is continuing along the coastline of northeastern Brazil following a massive oil spill. At least 150 beaches have been affected so far. Oil has been difficult to track as it's lying under the surface of the water and cannot be easily detected. It's still not clear where the oil came from, but Brazil's environment minister says he suspects it originated from Venezuela. Major tourist attraction in Iceland is at risk of disappearing altogether because of climate change. The island's glacier.
Call Allah Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Muslim who taught me this truth in its entirety, according to the Bible. Peace and salutations to the Akim out there pushing this truth all over the earth, right? Watchmen, man, you know, we're watchmen, right? Pursuant to Ezekiel 3:17, you know, us in this truth, we're watching, right? We're watching these things manifest, man, and we're blowing the trumpet, man. You know what I mean? The Most High is making his visitations to the earth, man. You know what I mean? He's making his visitations, right? We're in the latter days. We're in the last days right now. Most High is making his visitation, right? With tempests, with earthquakes, right? But we're as watchmen. Let's get it. Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 17. Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel, right? Us in this truth, the Most High has made us watchmen. We're watching with a spiritual eye. We're watching, we're seeing what's happening, and we're blowing the trumpets to the house of Israel. Therefore, hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me. So, us in this truth, we're seeing these things manifest, and we're doing what we're doing right now, blowing the trumpet, warning, attaching scriptures to these things that is happening, right? And just warning, man, warning Jacob, warning Israel, the house of Israel, man. You know what I mean? We're in the last days. You're seeing these tempests blow through these what's that? A typhoon there in Japan, right? I was reading one just now. Where is it? I was reading one just now, right here. Snowstorm in Manitoba, like 40 centimeters. And the place is shut down. There's no power, right? There's no power. There's a kilometers of truckers idling on the highway. That's how bad it is. And there's no power. It's shut. Hydro doesn't even know when the power is gonna go back on, right? And this is all prophecy, man. You know what I mean? Entire city of Portage La Prairie without power. Yeah, Manitoba. Asking citizens not to flush toilets, right? More than 8,000 customers in and around Portage La Prairie were still without power Saturday, and roads remained closed as the city got some of the worst of the Colorado low that swept through southern Manitoba, right? Right? No power. Manitobans may be in the dark into Sunday as Hydro deals with record outages, right? Right? Let's get some precepts, man. Let's get some precepts. Let's go to Isaiah. We're blowing the trumpet. We're warning, man. Right? Isaiah 29, verse 6. Thou shalt be visited of Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, of hosts, with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire. Right? Most High Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is making his visitations to earth, man, in these last days, man. Right? With thunder, with earthquake, with great noise, storms, tempests. You know what I mean? You have Esau out there chalking it up to global warming, you know, science. You know what I mean? It's the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, right? Right? He's ramping it up. He's setting it up, man. He's got to establish his kingdom of righteousness, right? These things got to happen, man. Right? Isaiah 28 verse 2. Behold, the Most High Yahweh hath a mighty and strong one, which as a tempest of hail and a destroying storm, as a flood of mighty waters overflowing, shall cast down to the earth with the hand. Right? Most High power, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Right? His tempest of hail, these storms of destruction, right? As a flood of mighty waters, right? Flooding, right? That typhoon over there in Japan, snowstorm just took out a significant amount of Manitoba. You know what I mean? Most High power making his visitation to the earth, man. These precepts tell you, man. These precepts tell you he's gonna make his visitations by way of tempest, right? Hail, right? Storm, floods, right? Psalms 83, verse 15. So persecute them with thy tempest and make them afraid with thy storm. Right? I gotta smile, man. Us in this truth, I gotta smile, man. Make them afraid with thy storm. Right? People are afraid. They're confounded. They don't know what's going on, man. Right? Why are we getting 45 centimeters of snow? Right? Why is this typhoon blowing through Japan and displacing 6 million people? Right? Verse 16. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name, O Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai. Right? These listen, man. It's the last days, man. Right? These things gotta happen, man. Us in this truth, you know, us in this truth, we're rejoicing because we know our salvation is at hand, right? Let's go to 2 Ezra 15. 2 Ezra 15. 2 Ezra 15. Yeah, this one right here. Fire and hail and flying swords and many waters, that all fields may be full, and all rivers with the abundance of great waters. Right? We're seeing that right now, man. You got forest fire. You got forest fires over there in California, man, with blackouts and hail. Right? You got that snowstorm that just took out Manitoba, man. And flying swords. You got that Turkey Syria beef going on right now. Flying swords is missiles, man. And many waters, that's flooding. You know what I mean? That all fields may be full, and all rivers with the abundance of great waters. Right? Man, I pray you're edified. You know what I mean? I had to drop this, man. I had to get it off my chest. Right? The Most High is making his visitation to the earth, man. Right? Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth in its entirety, according to the Bible. Peace and salutations to the Akim out there pushing this truth all over the earth. Right? Stay focused, Israel. Stay prayed up. Right? Kwam Masharala, Abad Babal.